Hey guys, nice to see you all again. Welcome to week 6 of Body Meets Mind. It's Miss Shawna here, and I'm so glad that you guys have joined me for this last session. We've had a lot of learning in previous weeks, and so today our final session is going to be a summary of different things that are really good for you for overall joy in your life, and also things that are really good for you in terms of having good mental health. So we're just going to kind of cover some general things that you can do in your everyday life to make sure you're as healthy as possible. So the first thing that I really encourage you guys to do is to have an attitude of gratitude, which is a really fancy or tricky way of saying be thankful. Okay, so in your day-to-day life, I really encourage you to look at your life, the people that are in your life, the different opportunities that you have, even if it's something really as simple as going to school and liking your teacher. I want you to look at your life and try to find things that you're thankful for. Maybe it's being able to play a sport. Maybe you're thankful for a coach or a friend on your team. Maybe your teacher or someone in your class. Maybe it's just the fact that you can go to school. There's lots of kids that can't go to school in other countries, and so maybe that's something you're thankful for. Maybe you're thankful for your home or your parents or your pet. Or having a good doctor or a good counselor. So every day, what I want you to do is try to find things that you're thankful for. One thing that you might really enjoy is actually taking a little journal and keeping it by your bed. And before you go to bed every night, write down 2 or 3 things that you're thankful for, of things that maybe happen during the day or things that are going on in your life that you're thankful for. Before you know it, you'll start to be thankful more often than not, and that leads to a positive attitude. And that's really important for our mental health. So try to always be thankful. You know, life's not perfect. We all have bad days, but I think that every day we can find something specific to be thankful about. The next thing that I encourage you guys to do is to try to find ways to be helpful and kind to other people. So this does not have to be a big thing. This can be something as small as offering to carry groceries in for a neighbor, or mowing a lawn for a neighbor, or doing something helpful for somebody in your class. Try to find a way to be kind and helpful to people around you. There's actually scientific research that says this is good for your health and your mental health. When we help other people, we end up helping ourselves. So being helpful in your community, whether it's at school, whether it's in your neighborhood or on your sports team, it's really important for your mental health. And so I really encourage you in life to try to find ways to be helpful whenever you can. The third thing I want to encourage you to do is to connect with other people. What we know is when we connect with other people, even for brief moments of time, that has a positive impact on our mental health. If we're feeling a little overwhelmed or down in the dumps or depressed or anxious, we might be tempted to kind of withdraw from other people and go into our room or just kind of stay on our video games, and that's not good for our health and our mental health. So I really encourage you to connect with other people, even if it's a quick walk with a friend or a family member or watching a movie with somebody. When you have people around you, chances are you'll feel a little bit better, and that is a good thing for your mental health. The fourth thing that is really important for your health, mental health, and overall happiness in life is to pursue what you're passionate about. So if you really love art, for example, try to get involved in art however you can. Maybe it's helping out in an art club at school or starting an art club at school. Maybe it's taking an art class or getting some supplies and working on some art activities at home. If you love sports, talk to your parents about playing certain sports. And as a reminder, if it's hard for your family to pay for sports, their opportunity is a great resource to help cover the costs associated with playing team sports. So do what you love. A lot of times in life, we make decisions based on what other people think are good for us and what other people tell us to do. But that's not helpful for feeling good about ourselves and our life. So follow your dreams and pursue your passions. Obviously, you want to do these things if they're good for you, meaning that if you love video games, I'm not saying to spend 24 hours a day playing video games, but you may want to look into a career around video game design or something to do with graphic design when you are ready to go to college. So pursue your dreams, do what you love, and do what you're passionate about. That will help you feel happy and fulfilled, and that is really good for your mental health. Another thing to remember about mental health is the impact that social media and technology can have on your feelings of well-being, okay? Too much time on technology is not good for you. And so if you're starting to feel less than other people and you're starting to compare yourself to other people based on what you see on social media, I really encourage you to take a break from that. social media is not always great for us, and it can make us feel like our lives aren't as good as other people's lives, or that our relationships aren't as good as other relationships, and it can really end up actually making us feel depressed. So if you need to take a break from social media, I really encourage you to do that. Try to get busy doing things and not spending so much time on technology, because that's really good for your mental health and feeling good about yourself in general. Okay, I've got 2 more things that I want to cover today before we finish this session. So number 1 is to look at your life and ask yourself, am I living a healthy lifestyle? And what I mean by that is ask yourself, am I getting enough sleep? Am I eating healthy? Am I getting exercise? Those things are really important for having good mental health and feeling happy. So make sure you're getting enough sleep at night and that you have a good sleep routine. Make sure that you're eating healthy meals regularly, that you're not skipping meals, and that you're not always going towards fast food. When you eat healthy and you're getting enough sleep, that gives your brain the power that it needs to feel good and to function at its best. So make sure you're getting lots of good sleep and that you're eating healthy, and that will be surely good for your mental health. Exercise, as I mentioned, is also great for your mental health. So make sure you're getting lots of exercise one way or another. The very last thing that I want to mention in terms of feeling good about yourself and having good mental health is to remember to ask for help if you need it. Now, we talked about feelings before and how feelings are temporary. When you're stuck or when your mental health isn't good, that is temporary. That's going to get better, and those negative feelings are going to go away if you get help. So always reach out for help if you need it. Maybe it's talking to a friend or the parent of one of your friends. Maybe it's talking to your teacher or a counselor at your school, a neighbor, or maybe it's asking your parents to get a referral to a professional counselor or to a family doctor to start to talk about your feelings there. So there's lots of help available. As I mentioned in previous sessions, the Kids Help Phone is also great. So if you go to that website, kidshelpphone.ca, you have access to resources there, and as well, you can have access to an online counselor through that website. So please get help if you need it, and remember that when you're not feeling great, those feelings are temporary and they will get better, especially if you get help with what you're struggling with. So guys, we have covered a lot of territory in 6 weeks. I know that we've covered a lot of information about mental health and different ways that you can cope and different things that you can do in your day-to-day life to feel good about yourself and your life and to have good, positive mental health. I really encourage you to write down any questions that you have, because what I'm going to be doing is giving a couple of dates in which I'm going to be hosting live Zoom sessions where you can log in and talk to me about your questions or your concerns, or if you need help, I can share some resources with you. So in the next week or so, start to think about some things you might want to talk to me about, and we'll do that through a live session in the weeks to come. I just want to say thank you so much for signing up for this program. I hope you've learned some things. If you found anything particularly helpful, feel free to share them with your friends. If there's a coping strategy that you've really enjoyed or benefited from, talk to your friends about that, share that tip with them, because it really could make a difference in their life. I just want you guys to remember, you were created on purpose, for purpose, and with a purpose. Don't give up if you're having a bad day or if you're going through a hard season in life. You have the ability to do great things, and with the right people in your corner supporting you along the way, you will do wonderful things in life, okay? As I said earlier, we all have bad days. Life isn't perfect, and there are better days ahead. So I'm wishing you good mental health. I encourage you guys to really keep practicing self-care and some of the strategies that I've mentioned, and I hope you guys have a great school year and enjoy the rest of your summer. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next week.